FM Sport.
JP, phenomenal campaign by you guys. Unbeaten. Fortunately, the weather played a big part in this, but Bloem needed this rain a lot. But you guys did enough to get over the line throughout the campaign. How much of a relief is it to pick up 2 titles in what is a really pivotal season for Knights cricket?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think it's an unbelievable feeling, to be honest. I think in the previous years when we were in second division, we played in 2 finals and we came short, now getting the silverware, and it's really a relief now to get those two trophies. And I think the biggest thing is finding a way to win in the final. And once you found that combination, it is sticking to it and making sure that we follow those processes, because winning becomes a habit after all. And once, like I just mentioned, you find that grip, you try and continue onwards with it. With the weather in hand, I think if the weather had to play in our favour, I think it's a pretty dominant performance from individual guys with the bat. First of all, I think Gian and Saki under pressure to go out and put the partnership up. The partnership up the way they did under pressure was really unbelievable to see. But from a learning point of view, what was the maturity and how they went about doing that. So credit to them for setting up the game. I think Patrick Botha came out after that and scored the 96. Unfortunately for him, we fell short with the 4 runs. But in the end of the day, I think it's the growth that the players showed. But I think in life we can just control the controllables, and I think we control the controllables, and the weather did the rest. But I'm really excited and happy for bringing the silverware back to Bloemfontein, to be honest.
My previous experience with coaches is you don't like singling out players, but there is one performance this season that I think really epitomised the campaign for you guys. Gian's 200 in a final under pressure, where Easton's could have taken the title. They're good enough to have done that, but the grit and the character he showed really is what nice cricket is about, and fantastic for him to be able to get a career highest in a final.
Yeah, no, I think once again, I think I said it at the beginning. The reason why I so kept a bit of senior guys within the group is because we exactly when the moment rises and we need experienced guys to step up, and the occasion was here in the final for Gian to show his class. First of all, I think a lot of people wrote him off, to be honest. I must say that, and that's what the chats we had and the belief I instilled in him, and also the team that instilled into him to make sure that he's confident going out and putting the team front foot forward. And I think the way he did it, with the confidence he did it, and I think the most important thing is the calmness of the way he pulled the trigger at the right time, and how he geared throughout the innings was unbelievable. And I think the big thing also, batting with the entire top 4 and top 5, if I get it right. He showed tremendous character towards them when they were under pressure, and that's what you want from a senior guy, trying to lead the younger guys through those tough and under pressure situations to get them through, which I think he did really well, and I'm really happy for him going forward, to be honest.
And 2/3 of the season is done and dusted now. There's still the one-day comp. The treble is seriously on the cards, but this is going to make it very interesting. You guys, having done the math, the monkey's off the back now. Badges on 14 points, you guys on 30 points. There's no way you can be caught. So in a large sense, a lot of the pressure is probably off the shoulders, but also it's going to make interesting how the guys are going to approach this comp now, seeing that there are contracts up for discussion and a lot of boardroom work to be done over the next couple of months while you guys are performing on the field.
Yeah, no, I think the mindset of the team, to be honest, even winning this trophy today, the chat afterwards was always going to be to remain humble. I think there's certain stuff that we still need to do. Yes, we're priding ourselves to try and get 3 out of 3. It's going to be a tough journey for us this last 2 months. But I think if we have our mindset set up the way we did for the 2 competitions, and what we set out after our chat winning this trophy, was to make sure that we try and compete and be competitive. Yes, the monkey's off our back, to be honest. And to win and to be promoted to Division 1 by winning 2 competitions with the entire competition left, it just shows great character and skill, and the standard of where the team is, to be honest, in second division. And I say this with the utmost respect. I'm really happy that we dominated it, and I can say that with pride. The guys really went out and dominated second division, showing their worth and that they really deserve to play in Division 1. But going into the one-day competition, it's always going to be our mindset to try and get that 3 out of 3. But it's going to be a lot of hard work. But the guys is up for it. The nice thing about it, I think there will be a calmness about it. But there's also to explore about what we have and what we don't have and what we need in the one-day competition. But I think like contracts come about from a mental point of view. It's always going to be my job to try and calm the guys in situations like that. I think in the end of the day, it is about making sure that whatever we can control, no one can control contracts, to be honest. No one can control the outcome of any game, but it's control what is in front of us, like we have been doing. So I'm full confident that we're going to put up a proper fight to try and go for that third trophy for the season.
And finally, there was quite an interesting tweet the other day by a former pro, as false bowler, stemming about all the Royal Challenges, Bloemfontein thing that has been doing the rounds the last 2 years. And a specific player said, but Bloem has never had a production line of players. A little bit of an uneducated comment, if you ask me. If we look at the players that have come through the system here, the latest being Lesegos and Akwani. But here's the chance for the Knights to show what Free State cricket is really all about, going into the one-day comp and Division 1 again.
Yeah, no, I think you're spot on there. I think I won't disagree or agree with the comment made, to be honest. Each one have his own opinion about certain situations and certain unions. But one thing I can say, Free State have always produced proper cricketers, and they produce Proteas throughout the years, to be honest. You just mentioned now Lesego was the latest. And I think as a coach, as a team, we pride ourselves to try and produce those players. I might be speaking out of turns now, but we have a young guy, Tiaan van Vieren. He just went for his visa now at the moment. He's getting ready to maybe be called up to the Proteas for the tour to New Zealand when the guys get back from the World Cup. So that's a nice feather for us in the hat, to be honest, as a union and as an individual. And it just shows that even although we were in second division, we're still producing Protea players. And for young Tiaan van Vieren, if he gets selected, but I can tell you now it's 99% that he's going to be selected for Proteas going to New Zealand. So we're really chuffed and happy for him. And I think going forward, there's a lot of younger players in the system that is definitely has the potential to play for South Africa. And once of all, it's our job to make sure that we produce them. But Free State has always produced proper cricketers and players for South Africa. If you go back in history, there's many players that you can highlight. I won't mention names, but the history of Free State cricket, I think from this going up, the journey is just going to continue, and really great stuff will happen for the union, to be honest.